guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
He's checking credit. That's me.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Good. 20. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Mayfield down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jalen Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check back, check back.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, pick your game up.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 53. It's outfield. It's outfield. Hey, kill. 53's mine. Check. Go. Get out there. I got you. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. They can't hang with us. There we go. Kill. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Coming to you.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
We're talking about how teams are so competitive versus holding them to a field goal. That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. The kick by Marr is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Point it right. Run.
Throwing, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
46. Check, check. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Slant. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
To throw is Prescott. And he's going to go down again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Alert, 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 alert.
48 for Mike. Get this one.
Hey, Delta.
Mike, 48. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball.
Watch out.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
180.
Check, 48.
Alert, 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 alert.
Check 3. 36. Kill.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hurry. Shot.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Mike 48. You remember me?
Point it right.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Austin. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. And on the left side, he's got Witten. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Prescott looks to throw on first. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were three quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones sixth, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those three quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Rush in, rush in, rush in. We're going to 54, one in. Got it. We're going to 54, one in. 53 to Mike, 53. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gun. Reset. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They go to Elliott again. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Pull right in. Check 53. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Here we go. Go to 54. Right in. Check 53. Right. Let's go.
Now Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
First down.
Here we go. 53. Mike. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Prescott on first down. That one complete to Elliott. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the twist. Under.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Dallas.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
53. Here we go, 47. Let's go. 53 to Mark. 53. Check 53. We're going to 53.
Prescott yet again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room.
They'll run with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
And bring it. Check 31. Check 30. Pistol. 48 to Mike. Let him know. Let him know.
Hey, Foxtrot. I got it.
Here's Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Joker.
Hey, orbit.
48 Mike.
Run.
Push him back.
I got it.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now Austin. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Elliott, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check 53, Mike. Watch the screen. Here we go, 47. 53, Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Check four. Then we're going to 53. 53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Here we go, 47. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. 26.
On first and 10, Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Prescott now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
10th carry now for Elliott. Gets through and now an opening. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 20 yards on both of those plays back to back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
Here we go. Check 53. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Check it back, check it back. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Line in.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here we go, go right in. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Hey, kill. 53 to Mike, 53, check 53. Crunch time, defense. Swerve, hey.
Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The kick by Maher is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mayfield on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gain.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Wild Bill. Mike 48, Mike 48. I'm going to run you.
Hey, exit.
I'm going to run you over. Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the Mike.
Hey, alert.
Check.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
48's Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way. Run. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 27, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Strip that ball.
There we go, kill.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. 70 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? and the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break.